You've asked me a ton of questions about what kind of control sticks I use and the backpack I use for my Mavic 3 Pro. So today I'm gonna answer those two questions and give you some other accessories that you might want if you just bought a Mavic 3 Pro or if you have a Mavic 3. We're gonna start off with my backpack because I get a lot of questions about which one it is, and honestly, it's almost as if it was designed for the Mavic 3 Pro controller and some extra batteries. I use the ThinkTank 26L. And the reason I like it is I can fit my other DSLR or mirrorless cameras up here, my A1, A7S III, whatever that might be. I can fit some other lenses, or actually quite a few other lenses in here, and a lot of other accessories. But my favorite thing about this particular backpack is the fact that the Mavic 3 Pro fits so perfectly back in this center pocket here, which means it's nice and protected. It'll fit vertically, it'll fit sideways. Generally, I put it vertically. The coolest thing about this though is the side section here. It's just exactly the right size to fit the RC and pretty much any of the DJI remote controls fit perfectly. And it's also the perfect width for extra batteries. So you can fit a couple of extra batteries in here. This backpack has been with me well over, I think I'm coming up on about 200, maybe 250,000 air miles over the last 2 years. And it's obviously holding up well, but not only that, it has hiked with me hundreds of miles and climbed tens of thousands of feet up mountainsides and out in Alaska's backcountry. So I can say that the ThinkTank Mindshift 26L is by far the best backpack I've ever used for something like this. The next big question I get asked a ton is about the control sticks that I use, which are these little gold and gray control sticks here. They'll of course be linked in the description. But the reason I like these so much is that you can extend them much farther out by screwing them out like this. And the reason you want to do that and extend them out and get a longer throw essentially is it gives you a much better, much more fine-tuned control over the movements of the gimbals on the controller. So instead of having to move your fingers 0.5 millimeter or 1 millimeter, something like that, to get the amount of movement you need, you can now move it 2 or 3. And so it just allows you to get a much finer level of control over these sticks. I don't use the regular DJI sticks anymore, but once they're on, you get a lot more space, a lot more movement. So it gives you a ton of, or a much better, much finer tuned sense of control using these sticks. I really like them and they feel great. They work really well. They're super good. They also release a set that works for the regular DJI RC. These are the kind that the thread actually goes into the part here, whereas these have the thread on the bottom. So make sure you get the right ones for your controller. There'll be both versions linked down in the description, and a version for the RC, the regular RC that you put your phone into, because I really do like using these sticks a lot. The next accessory I recommend for anybody that's flying a drone, especially if you didn't get the DJI filters in the Fly More combo, is these filters for the Mavic 3 Pro from Freewell. They're really well made. Freewell did send these to me. Most of the stuff I purchased myself, but Freewell did send these to me. And but even beyond that, I buy a ton of Freewell filters because I really like the quality and the durability. Their filters have been by far the most durable filters that I've put on anything. Another accessory that I use a lot, especially in the winter in Alaska when it's really dark, is a strobe. Because here in the US, if you're gonna fly at night, you have to have a strobe that is visible from 3 nautical miles or more. This one particularly is from LumeCube. It's really great. It's actually pretty durable as well. Like I've flown it in some pretty harsh conditions, -10, -20 degrees, and it's held up great and kept the battery life for a few different flights, which is fantastic. This is another version that I got off Amazon. I don't know, really cheaper, but it's just a little smaller and a little lighter. Both of them basically attach via hook and loop, aka Velcro. They both do a great job of giving you a 3 nautical mile strobe so that you can fly legally at night with your drone. Now, if you purchased a drone with the DJI RC or the RC Pro, then you're gonna wanna get a screen protector. They're really cheap, they're really easy to apply, and it will save you if you happen to drop your controller or if something falls on your controller. Don't ask me how I know, but it doesn't take much to break the actual screen of the controller. And thank God I've always kept a screen controller or a screen protector on mine. There'll be a couple of different options linked for Amazon if you want to pick one up. They're very, very handy, and I highly recommend you do it before you find out just how expensive it can be to fix or replace a screen. Now, if you got the Fly More kit, you got 3 batteries plus the multi-charger from DJI, and that's great. But if you want to charge more batteries all at the same time, then I do recommend this controller or this charger here. This thing is on Amazon. It's not terribly expensive, and it will charge up to 4 batteries all at the same time. I bought this pretty much as soon as it came out, and I've been using it with my Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Cine, off and on depending on the job when I need to be able to keep a lot of batteries charged really fast. Another thing that's nice about this charger versus the DJI charger is that you can charge to 100, or if you just want to put your batteries in storage mode, you can flip the switch here down to 60% and it will charge the batteries up to 60% and then stop so that they're in a good long-term storage state, which I highly recommend if you're not going to fly your drone for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Then put them in a storage state because it really helps extend the life of your batteries. Now, this is a third-party charger, so you do kind of use it at your own risk. And if you're not needing to charge a lot of batteries all at once, then I'd still recommend just using the DJI charger. But if you need to charge 3, 4 batteries all at the same time because you've got to run out the door and go to a job, or you need to keep a lot of batteries charged while you're on a job, this does work extremely well and charges all 4 batteries all at the same time instead of 3 batteries in sequence where it charges 1, 2, then 3. This is a great option for you. Now you're gonna wanna watch this video right here to see exactly how I set all of my drones up, all of my Mavic 3s to get the best possible footage and usability out of them. I'll see you over there. As always, if you have questions, ask me in the comments below or join my live stream, which happens most Wednesday nights from 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you again soon in the next video. Cheers.